Welcome back. The push to set up an independent body to handle electoral offences in Nigeria is gaining ground as lawmakers get ready to debate and vote on changes to the 2022 Electoral Act and the 1999 Constitution. The stakeholders are backing the call for an Electoral Offences Commission, saying it's needed to break the cycle of impunity around vote buying, violence and intimidation, issues that continue to taint elections in the country. They believe the commission will help curb political violence and reduce fraud during polls. Now, here is a breakdown of some election offences from 1999 till date. In 1999, return to civilian rule recorded cases of electoral malpractices, but large-scale national violence was relatively lower compared to later elections. Marked the beginning of Nigeria's Fourth Republic electoral challenges. In 2003, escalation of violence and rigging allegations, multiple reports of ballot stuffing, intimidation by political thugs, and clashes between party supporters considered one of the most violent elections at the time. In 2007, marked by widespread irregularities, intimidation, and ballot snatching, international observers described it as one of Nigeria's worst elections for transparency and fairness. Dozens of deaths were recorded across various states. Now, in 2011, one of the bloodiest elections in Nigeria's history, some will say, post-election violence claimed 10 NYSC corps members serving as ad hoc staff, approximately 800 others, largely in northern states. Violence attributed to aggrieved supporters of major political parties after the presidential result. In 2015, suspected APC supporters reportedly razed properties in Gombe State during the elections. Several cases of violence and electoral offences were recorded nationwide, though overall improvement was noted compared to 2011. In 2019, military personnel allegedly unleashed violence in Abonima, Akukutoro local government area of Rivers State. 15 PDP members were allegedly killed. Additional allegations of killings of 2 PDP agents in Emohua local government area. Broader trends included ballot snatching, vote intimidation, widespread vote buying, and such. And in 2023, significant pre-election, election day, and post-election violence, 238 incidents of election-related violence nationwide, between 24 to 130 plus deaths, depending on the monitoring organizations, about 900 total victims, injuries, attacks, intimidation, and displacement. Now, I'm being joined by Bukola Idowu, a team lead at Kimpact Development Initiative. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Now, reading out this entire data between 1999 and 2023, would you say that the birth of an Election Offences Commission is needed now?
I think it's needed now. Of course, looking at the data that was scrolling on the screen, you see that is mind-boggling. From 1999 till now. And if you look at that, in fact, one of the data or research shows that out of less than 5% of prosecution have been seen since that 1999. And so you keep having electoral offenders, you keep having victims, no justice. In some instances, you just see a bit of compensation, just like you see in 2011. And that compensation was just to the family of the coppers that died in 2011 post-election violence. But what about the people that died on the election? They had no compensation. Then what about the arrest? You have less than 5% prosecution. Now, which body is statutorily responsible for prosecuting electoral offenders? Is INEC. But as it is today, INEC is overburdened with a whole lot because INEC is one of the institutions in Nigeria that have a lot to do. They conduct election, they do logistics, they do voter education, they go to court.
They regulate the political parties as well.
Political parties, a whole lot. And if any political party is going to court, even all the 19 political parties will join them in any suit. So they have a lot than to be prosecuting electoral offender. And that is also fundamentally flawed because what if INEC officials are the one that are causing the infraction? So are they prosecuting themselves? So these are the issues, because don't also let us see election offenses from the angle of violence alone. Rigging, vote buying, inducement, and all these cut across both political parties, citizens, security agencies, ad hoc officials also. And so when you look at all this, it's a whole lot, and that is why this commission, if you ask me, is needed now, that will just be busy dealing with pre, during, and post-election offenses. And then they have a lot to do.
Do you think the willpower, the political will is there for this to happen?
Yes, I think so, because as it is now, it's a bill in the House. So, and if the political will is not there, I don't think it will have gone through the second reading. So what we are now saying now is that they are at the point of voting. So what it means is that they need to get everybody to be on board, at least skate through that 2/3, and then give Nigerian Election Offences Commission that will be able to try election offender. And when there is prosecution, and when people are behind bars, or prosecution or deterrence in this regard, then you will see these cases coming down.
We're out of time, but real quick, you know that we still have the question of, will the judiciary help out in all of these things? Because if we have that commission to prosecute, the other side are the courts ready to take in as many cases as this commission is likely to bring in?
Yes, I think so, because the challenge has always been in terms of investigation. If you have done your investigation very well, you know, prosecuting is easy because you have a lot of evidences. But now what we have is that the prosecution is shoddily done, and then it takes longer time in the court.
Thank you so much, Mr. Idowu. I'm sure we'll come back to this conversation again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Bukola Idowu, the team leader at Kimpact Development Initiative. Thank you once again.
Thank you.